Hey up, hello, and a very warm welcome back to Grimsim Labs, and welcome back to a slightly different alchemy factory. That's right. Today, I haven't done a recording. What I've done, this took me 2 hours to do, and I knew that it was going to be a lot of busy work. We wanted to get this cannon system, which I built on the episodes, into there, and I wanted to make sure it was all working well. However, it took about 2 hours to do, so I've sped up the footage by 4, so it might get a little bit confusing, but I just wanted to sort of talk to you about it, talk to you about the series in general, and talk about other stuff. This is absolutely not essential viewing. You're not going to get anything, but it'll at least show you some of the busy work that took me about 2 hours to do, so when you get into the next episode, you don't have to worry about where we are. Sweet. So I was just at this point trying to line up these cannons a little bit better with the boxes that they are. So that's our cannon system that we built that's working really nicely, and then I was like, okay, cool, so we need to start copying this around a bit. Had to get a load of items, had a load of that during this episode, but that's absolutely fine. That's kind of what we expect at this point now anyway. This is what I mean, there's a lot of back and forth, and like I say, it was about 2 hours. So there we go, we got this and we saved it as a blueprint. I was just looking for a pretty picture. We went on the pulley system, which I can't imagine why we'd save a blueprint for a pulley. A pulley's pretty easy to make, but who knows, man, our future may involve more pulleys being made. Let's see. Here we go. So I've also built them on the other side as well. This is me realizing that my blueprint doesn't have one of the cannons on top, so we absolutely do it, and there we go, we get it there, and then just copy it over. Sweet. So now we've got 2 cannons on both sides, and I don't go crazy with it because it is costing me an absolute ton in silver to build these. The idea is for all of the lines eventually to come down to this level to fire it into the shop. I just thought it was a nice way of cleaning up our actual shop floor and making it all a bit better looking. I've also had to do a couple of bulk quests. I do these off camera, whether I'm filming, no matter what I'm doing, basically as a way of just keeping up the money. We are losing, well, we're not losing money, we're losing a bit of money because of the Jupiter, basically. The Jupiter, every other 3 is going into the, whatchamacallit, the knowledge book. So basically, every other 3 we're losing 30. But 30 is quite a lot to lose, especially when you consider all of the other items. So I'm just doing the bulk quest to just keep my money up because I've got a lot of money on them lines. And if not, I'm going to start seeing things run out. And I don't want that, man. I don't want that. But you'll be happy to know, in the next episode, we are doing quite a heavy focus on money. We're gonna make it look great. So I'm pushing these to the back, but what I'm finding here is when I can set the target with that one fine, but I can't set it to the one behind it, which is a little frustrating. And I was like, okay, how do we build this a little better? Building up my bricks again and my steps again, and realizing I've not got one of them there. Sweet. I don't know exactly what the problem was there, but basically I'm realizing I can shoot it into that central line, but if I try and shoot it into there, it's going through the floor. So I was like, okay, cool. So we can't get anything on the periphery of the shop with this technique, but we could absolutely. I don't know how many items are in the shop. I don't know how long we're going to be playing the game. I don't know how many updates we're going to get. You can see we're making money there. That's primarily because we've got the bulk orders being done. I threw down a bounce mushroom to get around as well a little bit easier, which kind of worked and kind of didn't. They were a bit funny. This is when I decided building a platform out to actually reach the front of the cannons was actually going to be a lot easier than trying to do it all manually. And then I realized again that top layer is a little bit knackered. So I was like, okay, so we don't need that then. Let's get rid of it. And let's create a new blueprint around it that works a little bit better. Just looking at this system, our diamond setup, how exciting, how exciting. I just wanted to move this out of the way a little bit because we are inputting all of the items that we've got to get into that. There we go. So I've just done a little bit of fixing on that. And basically this is just for the silver and the copper, the Jupiter and the copper, is it? No, it's the turquoise and something else. It's not a problem. Cool, so I was just like, how far can we get? How close do we need to get to that? Just so we're keeping things as tidy as possible. You can see I've got them potions coming in now, which is great. We're going to be trying to stock up on them a lot, but we're not making them the fastest. We're only making them at 15 per minute, but I will tell you, I think it is keeping up with the shop. Then I was like, cool, so we need to have some potions set up here, and I was like, can we shoot into the back of there? And I was like, no. Okay, well, let's move that one, and then can we actually shoot into it from here? And it turns out that we can, so that's really cool. So there's our blue potion setup. Once again, just building out so that we can assign some stuff to some stuff. All good. I think I need multiple cannons firing into multiple things. I think there's going to be too many products for the store. I'm not sure how many we're going to get. Because, like, if you think about it, I can't look at the upgrade tree because the diamonds came from nowhere. And then I was like, okay, if we're doing it on this side, let's do exactly the same on this side. And let's just... This is just me getting the spacing right because I like to make sure things are spaced out equally. And everything's looking good. There we go. That's the top 4 cannons now then that are going to go into that. And I was like, cool, we'll go do the same on the other side. And then it will probably build another cannon at the top there. Sweet. And exactly the same system as this there. And there we go. So now we've got a 4th one which can go into there. Got a little confused by which ones I'd inputted it into, etc, etc. But this was basically what you've watched so far was about 25 minutes worth of me just playing around. And this is why I thought I'd do it a little bit differently. This isn't going to be a common thing. This is a process. We're not adding anything new. All we're doing is tidying things up, and I'm perfectly happy tidying stuff up off camera. One thing that I didn't notice, actually, is I wasn't selling anything at this point. There's a bag in front of the door, which is from the bulk order. It's got some coins in it, and it was stopping them coming in. Look. I was like, oh no, why are you coming in? Come in. And then I was like, cool, we'll move all that. And we had enough space then. I've just been binning a lot of stuff when I don't need it because I'm producing everything at a decent rate. Yes, it's a little bit of a waste of money, but it's okay. It's okay. Our fertilizer, we've got ways of improving that in the future. I was just looking at this and knowing we needed to come round that belt there and we needed to carry on going around there. I was like, okay, cool. This is going to make things a little bit more complicated. Something that we need to really consider for the next floors to make sure that we are not building right up to them for sure, so we can actually sort of make it look neat. And then I was like, I don't like how that looks. So I was like, yeah, cool, we'll get it all topped up there and we'll build around here. So this is a lot of the rest of the episode. You can see the coins going in. This is why I needed the money, because I've absolutely destroyed my system, but that's all fine. We've got money down here for when we need to expand. That's all good. That's all good, baby. We've also got fuel. Fuel doesn't seem to be a problem, actually, in the Let's Play, so I'm very happy about that. And then this is the fertilizer coming up on the bus line. So this is basically me prepping for the next items to come from this line here, because there's a lot of items that are currently going in these. It's a little bit messy. It's got a little bit tight, and I thought, let's just tidy it all up. So this is what you're going to see me do a lot of. We build it out, and it does actually get quite difficult to build. Here we go, another day, 25, 50, 131. Okay, we made a bit of money, but I was like, oh, we need to make sure we're not filling that up again, because that was a bit of a pain. You can see the fertilizer there moving at quite a rate. It is one of the things that we do need to up, but don't really have a way of upping it right now. I was looking at it, I was like, right, can we use cannons? And then I was looking at how far the cannons would fire. With the top roof, it's quite limited. I was like, you know what? I think we're just going to add to this bus line. Was this me deciding against doing that? Possibly this was me still saying, okay, yeah, let's use cannons. We'll be rebuilding all this in a second. Don't worry. I say don't worry. There we go. Deleted it all, and trust me, we'll be putting that back again and many more. Sweet. And then I went here, and then I went, why did you delete that, Grim? Why did you delete that? Partly because I was going to try and use cannons to fire it down, and then I realised it's just going to be a lot of cannons, man. It's not really going to work. Like, I couldn't get even to there with that one because of the roof on there. So I was like, you know what? I think we do go back to a bus line. Sweet. So basically, all the goods are going to come up here, and you're going to see me build the elevators up to the next level as well today. But this is what we do, and I quite like how it ends up looking. Actually, it ends up looking a bit like a trellis in a garden. Which I don't mind the look of, actually. I think it gives us some nice walls and certainly looks interesting and is all functional, so I'm perfectly happy for it. Yes, we've got a lot of stuff on the lines. Yes, but it doesn't really matter at the minute to me. I'm fine. I don't mind having a backlog of stuff, you know. As long as it's not moving, I think it's fine. I don't know how that's going to affect the things. There we go. So we're just getting rid of stuff as we go. So that was me plugging in the pulleys and then going, right, let's delete all that and get that line saturated, basically. So you can see in the background, that's all going. This is me trying to figure out, that's probably me answering the phone or something like that. Figuring out what's going here, I was like, what have I deleted here? Where's this come from? And I was like, oh, there's no money going into that, so I fixed that. I don't know how I deleted that or when I deleted that. I have no idea. But there we go. We're just getting rid of the healing potions. And you can see me trying to take stuff. And it doesn't work perfectly, but it works okay. And then I'm like, okay, cool. We'll get this in and we'll build a healing line here. Probably should have started with this one if I'm being honest. But I'd already done in the other line. And you know what? I was just like, it doesn't really matter. I'm okay with it. So we start building that line. I am thoroughly enjoying this game. I have no idea what the sound's like, so I'm recording this in Premiere Pro, and it's not something I'm used to doing, so I don't know. My dude who sorts out my sound, he's not checked this, but hopefully it's all right for you all. I was going to do this as the first part of an episode. My plan was to spend an hour on this, but it ended up taking 2 hours, and I was just like, you know what, we just need to do it as an extra, something that people don't have to watch, but can watch if they want to. So we're just getting all of the stuff on the line there. I'm loving this game, man. I am absolutely loving it. The next few episodes, I build a crazy diamond system that is going to blow your mind. It is sick. I'm just looking at the catapults on the floor there, seeing which lines we've attached to it, because I don't exactly remember. And then we're going, right, okay, we've got the linen line here, just moving a bit of space here, building that up there, and then building it straight into here and going, right, let's get the linen line going. Rock and roll. Like I say, a lot of the same thing here, and just recording this as a video. Sometimes you've just got to lock in and get it done. This is Grim being efficient. You won't always see this. This is a rare thing for Grim. Getting the line built in and just deleting a couple there because I know we won't need it. Sweet. I bet I don't build one on the way back. That would have been efficient. That would have been efficient movement, but you know Grim, he'll get distracted. But yeah, no, he didn't build one on the way back. Even I'm disappointed watching it back. We're getting rid of this little bandage catapult now, and we're going to send that up there. Looking at that order, it was quite a lot. I thought if we pin it to the inventory, I can go around and grab some stuff, and this is just me tidying the inventory. One of the things with this sort of thing is you end up with an absolute load of junk in your inventory. So at the minute, I'm just throwing it away, to be honest. I don't really need it. I mean, it's costing us a little bit of money by throwing it away, but the money is better than the time it's going to cost. That's me jumping on the mushroom, trying to get up and going, oh, it doesn't actually work. Great. This is me realising I don't have enough bronze. It looks like I've got 271 there, and I need to submit 300. So I was like, okay, cool, let's slow down and let's just go and take them out as soon as they get popped in. Thankfully, we are making a net profit of bronze by this point, though, when I'm filming this, so that's all good. Sweet, next one going into there, nice, it worked nicely. Now you'll see as this gets a little bit higher, it gets a little bit trickier to try and get stuff in. I was also like, this is getting too high, we need to have a platform so we can get up there and build a bit easier. So I built a little platform to help me up there. Sweet. Rock and roll, carry on building it round, and then there we go, we can see the bandages on their way there, and sweet, we're very happy with that. Next up, what's it look like it's going to be? It's going to be these vitalization potions. Okay, this is where it's getting very high and it's getting very tricky to sort of build on top of it. It's even more tricky when you've not got nails or wood. So we run around and go get them, and I'm just like, this is probably where Grim's just thinking out loud. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the wrong thing? Who knows? Got some pulleys there. Let's go get them. Just doing a few little bits here. It was 270 pulleys, actually. It's quite a lot in your inventory because they only stack up to 50. But there we go, it was an urgent request. We're getting 200 times the value of it, so absolutely worth doing if we can. There we go, and there we go, trying to get more pulleys in, going, what can we get rid of? All right, we don't need these cogs. Lovely stuff, getting the pulleys in there, and then throwing the silver in to get it injected into our system so it can create us some more value. Yeah, money is a bit of an issue. I think after the next 2 episodes, I don't think it's going to be an issue for a while. I think we're building something that's going to set us up I can't wait for you to see them. Actually, it's a really fun. I've had a lot of fun building it, and it's hard. It's complicated. It messes up a lot. Once it gets there, man. Oh, efficient Grim. Once it gets there, I'm just like, oh yes, that was absolutely worth doing. Once again, a little bit difficult because it's going into a different area. It's not going where I need it to. A little bit of a pain. Here we go. The vitalization potions are now disappearing, and we put this here and this up here, which is exactly what we've done on the last one, and then we run into a problem. Here we go. Yeah, see, I can't get the belt in. It's causing me real problems. It's going like the opposite way. It's trying to go across the path and stuff like that. That was Grim shaking his head in anger in the game. Because that's what Grim does. There we go. We built ourselves a little platform to get up there. Sweet. Okay, cool. So, like you can see, there's a load of extra items on the line, but that's okay. They'll all get sold eventually. It's fine. And we've got chests up there to keep stuff in. We've got loads of stuff. And it's nice. It's in a good place. So I can't reach it from down there. So I was like, oh, can I reach it from up here? No, I couldn't. I needed to build a couple of these. And this is where I really sort of discovered these, I guess. And the sort of usefulness of these. Well, it's not, because we used them on the cannon system earlier. But I can't even fire that there because it's too close. But I was like, let's just use a catapult, man. Let's just use a catapult. Because I knew that would work there. Sweet. What am I building that for? No idea. Oh, it's for the next line. Sweet. So what else have we got to go in here? Soap, right? Yeah, soap. Cool. And this is me struggling again, trying to build stuff around it to get up there. It's because I've got the roof above me as well. Like I say, these systems, as we sort of evolve them, will get more streamlined in the future. So yeah, look forward to that. Yeah, can't wait to be sending more valuable items around. Okay, and this is where I'm like, all right, sweet, we've got all that in there. We now need to look at getting it upstairs. Oh, no, we don't have it all in there. I still need to do the soap. Oh, no, I've done the soap. Just deleting all this system, basically. It's all excess now, and it just cleans things up nicely. We've got a load of bags around there. I can't remember if I'd delete them here or on stream. There we go. And trying to use the group cut function. So now having a look at this, and I'm like, okay, how are we doing this? So I don't want the first three to go up here. And I'm like, okay, how many do we need to go up? So we got another end of day. I'm probably going to get distracted by a bulk order. And then I was like, right, if we build like a step like this, then each one of these levels will be a different elevator. So I thought that would be the best way to handle that. What's my issue here? Did I not plug in the soap? I don't think I did plug in the soap. See? Sweet. And then I was like, okay, no, yeah, we'll get it to plug in directly there, and we'll do the turnaround here so we don't have to mess about. And then this is me just tidying up and trying to get it all look a little bit nicer. Oh, I think I'm getting rid of the chest there because I was like, there's too much stuff here. Oh no, I put the chest back in because I'm a plonker. Sweet, okay, cool. Can't get anything in there because of the soap, but I've got full inventory, and I'm like, okay, let's just go around and tidy up a little bit this inventory right now. You can see, like I say, why I wanted to sort of stream this, because there's nothing sort of new to say, new to do. It's just a lot of busy work, but I also wasn't throwing away all this soap, so needed to figure out a system for that, which we absolutely did. In fact, I think that still exists in the game. A little chest I ended up filling back up later on, which is quite funny. There we go, sweet. So there we go, catapult going that way, and I was like, sweet, we've just turned the chest around and get that in there, sweet. I don't know why that was an issue with the other chest. I think it was just too close, so I was just like, nah. And then we just built that chest in just to get the rest of the soap back into the system so it doesn't overload, and then left it. Didn't worry about it. Sweet. Come back over here where we need to get stuff up to the next floor with some elevators. And this become a real problem as well. So basically I should have built over the path. Looking at it now, I'm like, right, so I was like, that's cool. We can get the elevators up here. But I was like, how do we build across without like building a load of stuff from the floor? Because I don't want to do that. I was like, okay, we need to build that. And then I was like, do the elevators cut through that? And they don't, unfortunately. And I don't, at the minute, I don't know any way to get through it. I was like, right, okay, we can put that there and put a beam across, but that's not going to work either. So, yeah, a lot of problem solving here that really stumped me, and I didn't really know what to do. What's my solution here? I'm looking if I can get a beam across here on one of them pillars, which I can. And I was like, okay, cool, we could use that. Trying to get the most efficient that we can, so building a second one of them up and just having a look if the small wooden beam would work better, and then I was like, actually it's going to require more anyway, so I'm just trying to figure it out right now. I'm like, maybe we can make a base of these beams. I thought, well, maybe we could try building one of these towers up. And if we build the tower up instead of the actual the beam that we have. Oh, this is me going, we need some stairs into the store, so let's go there because I didn't want to go around all the time. And I've also duplicated that on the other side. Sweet, so this is now me building a wooden pillar here and going, right, okay, we can go across here. And I was like, okay, well, that's not across there, so let's raise that up to be the same height as that iron pillar. And then what I could do is put a few beams across. So a little bit of problem solving there, which was fine. And then I realised, oh, it's slightly off. We just need to go up there one. Nice, but then we can get some beams in, and it costs us a lot of steel. Hopefully that production will ramp up at some point in the future. Sweet, there we go. Now we just need to build on each of them levels. So using the steps that I built earlier, just going up and bringing it up to each level absolutely works fine for now. So that's all we did. Now, I don't know if this system is going to stay in. I use cannons. I don't know if I just want it to go on conveyors, to be honest. It does shoot through the next level floor. This is me just tidying this up, going, yeah, that trellis is all done. Admiring my handiwork. And moving on. Sweet. Let me just see how long's left on this video, because I have no idea. How do I do that? Grim's not used to the recording software, man. It's not in Grim's wheelhouse. It's not in Grim's wheelhouse. There we go. Let's view that up. Sweet. And then go there. Nice. Okay, that's cool. Sweet. So this is me building some cannons on top of here. Like I say, I don't know if that's going to work, but once again, we built the cannons on top. That great little piece there that we found. I was like, right, how am I going to do this? So I was like, cool, we can use elevators to get us up there. Sweet. And I was just looking at what comes out, really. I was like, okay, what we could do is get the... at least the 2 potions and the soap, the more valuable items, I guess. We can get them into the top ones so that they can be fired into the thing, the shelf there, which they are doing now. And then these ones are all just going to go into here, and it all works fine. My problem is, now I've built a second floor, I don't know if I can input into that system anymore, so I think it might end up being conveyors going across. But again, I think we can keep it a lot tidier now. This is the Jupiter and the steel, and I was like, I'd cut off this system just to get a load of steel, because, yeah, man, steel was the problem. Just having a look at my Jupiter input, that's the thing that's making me the money at the minute. 30 per day, 30 per item built, which is great, but we need it to keep going, man, because we need them mushrooms to make the fertilizer. We are eating a lot of fertilizer. Right, I was like, cool, time to scale up this system. And I was like, right, we'll put one here. I was thinking about putting it here, and then I think we might have changed it a little bit. We just stopped these for a second. And I wanted to try and reach across to there, but it didn't reach, unfortunately. So I was like, okay, that's cool. We'll build 2 cannons here. Bish, bash, bosh. And I was like, maybe we do it a bit neater so it doesn't take up as much space. Because, yeah, just... verticality, man. Use it when we can. Exactly the same system there. 1 in there and 1 down here. Sweet. So looking at this, I was like, okay, cool. It needs to reach somewhere, so let's get it into there. That'll be fine. And then we just took the top off for now. And I couldn't reach the Jupiter. I was like, oh, that's a bit gutting. So I thought, we'll make a bigger Jupiter thing and we'll put it down here. An issue with that, that doesn't actually shoot onto it. The Jupiters don't shoot onto that. I'm assuming that's for bigger relics later on. The relics are probably bigger. There we go. Stack of 3. That's because the system had not been working for a while. But that's cool, isn't it? That's pretty cool. Stack of 3. Never seen that before. Hopefully in the future we'll have even more output for our Jupiters. There we go. Making a staircase on the other side now, which is brilliant. Cool, everything's working there nicely. Everything's working there. This is Grim just checking stuff, making sure it all looks good, seeing how it looks from the outside as well, and going, right, okay, let's start prepping for the next episode, and you get to see that on this episode as well. And we're just getting ready to go up another floor, basically. Just make sure that we can get the stuff in, and make sure that we can... also, I'm going to tidy up the house in a bit. Yeah, it's a little bit complicated with that there, but I think it's fine. We'll figure it out. I put these here. Things seem to be shooting through it fine at the minute. I don't know if they're going to work if we change them. That's what I was testing here, basically. But I was like, cool, so let's build out a new platform. This is normally something I'd absolutely do off camera as well, because you guys don't need to see me building a platform for 20 minutes, you know? I was like, cool, we'll have our next level going up here. So there we go. And this is me trying to reach over there to build that, which we can't actually do. And I don't think I've got the placement of the pillars correct yet. I need to figure out exactly what that is. But there we go. This is me building another one. Why was we building it? Oh, yes, because I realised we didn't have turquoise plugged in. I was like, okay, we need something opposite the jewellery stand. Probably could have moved the jewellery stand if we wanted to. And I was like, you know what? We're gonna fire it into there, and we're gonna move it there. So you can see that line's all moving money through, which is good. I was just checking over, making sure the wood's in. I had to buy a load of rotten wood actually at some point because that system run out again. So yeah, something to be aware of. This is part of the reason we need to be continuing to do bulk orders until we've got a more steady income supply or another item that can make us some stuff. That was a bit frustrating. I couldn't get it in there, but we could get it in there. So I was like, great, cool, we'll go there, that's fine, and then shoot it into there, and there's our turquoise on sale. Lovely stuff. I thought we can get rid of this. We haven't seen many potions yet, so we'll just add the potion cabinets as they need to go. And but we've got a lot of excess, and you can see the potential for this in the future. Now let's make it look pretty. Doorway here, and just making sure I get the doors the right way around and stuff like that, and just experimenting with it as we go, so that we can start to make it look good. Cool. This is a really boring part. This is just me building the floor. So yeah, just it can be a little bit of a pain in the backside if I'm honest with you. But we know, at least we know where the outer edges are. I just don't really know where the inner edges are. What I need to do is figure it out with a completely a completely flat floor. Unfortunately, our shops don't have a flat floor at the minute. What I'm thinking is this level, what we might do on the next level is we might do a roof for the house, and then we can do full flat floors on the... Oh, that's a tongue twister and a half, isn't it? We can do full flat floor, full. We can do floors on the next one, so that'll be good. And I was like, okay, cool. I can't get that little piece in there. Let's build one not too far away. That works, sweet. That's kind of the way I've been going. But even looking at it back now, I can see that that's a little bit not very close. So yeah, I've built it over the shop, and I think this is where I test the cannons, and I realised it wasn't going to the same inputs where it was. So I was like, let's leave that area above the shop open, and we can build another floor up. And then after that, we can have a full space roof, because that should be it. That should be it, okay? And see how many work. I'm loving this series, man. It's not a pain to play. Like, I really enjoy it. Like, I've got loads of ideas. I want to keep going. And it just feels like there's always something next to do. Oh, yeah, this is me looking at the invisible lines in the shop, and I was like, that's not working. Let's figure that out later. Sweet, putting another pillar there, but we'll figure it out properly later. That was annoying. One there. Yeah, this was me getting real annoyed by it. So there we go. And then I still couldn't get it there. Why was it overlapping with devices? I think it was overlapping with a cannon or something like that. There we go, we got it eventually. Sweet. You can see how they're shooting through the floor. So if I try and change them, I don't think I can change them. So I was like, okay, if that's going to be an issue, let's just get rid of the flooring up here and give these cannons a bit of space to breathe. Lovely stuff. Build out across this way for now. But again, we can use this as a sort of input level later on if we need to. Which means we can build another external floor. I went with one window versus in, one window out, and realised we needed to stop there because that would be where stuff goes down. Thought, yeah, we'll put a door there, and you can see the stuff glitching through the floors as it's all getting stocked up. Lovely. Well, I mean, we're nearly at the end of the episode. That's pretty much what I did. And like I say, for me, there's not enough content there for an episode. And actually, Grim was just head down, trying to figure it all out, just trying to get it all looking neat, get it tidy. I was like, okay, cool. I think we need to figure this out. Looking at this system, do I build this here? I didn't know if I did or not. We just build another system to get up to the roof. Like you've seen me do this. Oh, we go on this side because it was a little bit short, so that's fine. And then we just go up there and 1, 2. Oh, what did I mess up? What did I mess up? We got this here so we could see. Oh, yes, because I was like, oh, we don't need to get to the bottom of the floor. We actually need to get, like, a little bit higher. So I thought if we put this here, we can at least see what that's going to look like. And then once again, go up there. And, oh, it's going next to it. But again, I don't mind that because it's giving us enough space for our pillars. It's actually a much more sensible design for a bus system, I think. There's chance our bus system, instead of splitting off on each floor, there's chance it's going to actually start... going into what should we call it, around and around itself. Like eventually we're gonna have like loops, so because we won't have the floor of the shop to worry about, so we won't have that cut-off point. So it might go into loops. I'm not entirely sure yet how we're gonna do that, but what I love the bus system because it gives us so much space for stuff. So it's just me getting that into there, and that's all looking fine. Ready for our next build. And let me tell you, next episode is very exciting. I am, man, it's crazy. Yeah, crazy. 2 episode, mass build. Hopefully it's going to resolve all of our money woes for a while. We'll see. I want to say a huge thanks to you all for your support on this series. I really appreciate it. And yeah, if you are enjoying it, do us a solid, give us a like on this video. I don't think this was essential watching, but I know you guys don't like to miss out. There it is. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, ta-ra.